Alright guys, I wasn't gonna create a video for the B10 Q5, but I feel like I need to, because if I can save just one person from making a mistake, a $60,000 mistake maybe, living with it for a couple weeks, man, this car is pretty trash to live with, but luckily I didn't buy it, so I'm glad that it's just a loaner. Once I give it back, I'm never getting one again. So this video, I'm just going to show you guys on a rundown real quick on why you shouldn't spend $60,000 on a Q5. The biggest thing here are the lack of quality and the obviousness of cost cutting, we should call it. The most obvious thing with the interior is the amount of cost cutting Audi did for their Q5, which is crazy because the Q5 is one of their best selling cars, and what they did was, so this is all hard plastic. This looks to be vinyl leather and fake stitching. This here is, I'd give this a pass. It's just a soft touch plastic, which they use in a lot of Volkswagens, like the Golf R. They're higher end Volkswagens, they'll use this plastic. Even here, that's hard plastic. This I'm okay with being hard plastic, but this is another fake leather. And the seats on this one, they stain easily. This only has like 4,000 miles, and as you can tell, it's pretty stained. That's not from me, that's from the previous renter. Aside from the cheap quality, the interior is pretty okay. A lot of black plastic, which is typical of Audi. This passenger screen is totally not worth it. When I first saw the car, I thought it was going to be cool. However, all you can do really is play the music, go next, and use the onboard navigation. So you're not able to use Google Maps or Apple Maps on the secondary screen. You'd have to do it here and do whatever you need to do. So that's pretty whack. However, if you don't get the screen, just imagine this as a all black piano black piece, plastic piece, and so that wouldn't look good either. So I'm glad this one has it, but it's pretty useless. So it's up to you if you want it or not. Do you want a piano black plastic piece, or do you want a screen that's useless? I don't know, it's up to you. I wouldn't even buy this car. Another obvious cost-cutting measure from Audi are these buttons. They're the haptic. They don't even have haptic feedback, actually. They're just one big button with screens on them, I guess. And Volkswagen has something similar to this that got a lot of criticism, but this is absolutely worse than the Golf R I have, because they're just, I don't know, maybe I have fat thumbs, but whenever I press next, sometimes I accidentally press the call button. And another thing where it's similar to this trash is the buttons here. They used to have it so the lights were here, controlled through here, but they put everything in one big plastic piece, and when you press it, the entire thing gets pressed. Look, I don't know if that shows well on camera, but it is not a good look. I mean, it just looks weird because when you grab the door, it's so wide compared to this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a weird feeling closing the door because of how wide this is. Another thing is the missing lock and unlock button here, and the reason why they didn't put it there is because it's here. And so when I first got the car, it was kind of confusing trying to open the door, which is weird because everything is here, right? Everything is here, but the trunk button is down here, which I guess is a feature, not a bug, so that you don't accidentally open it. But the key actually accidentally opens it all the time. And this is another cost-cutting measure from Audi. Hold on. Much like the door cards and the airbag cover here, it's all plastic. And this isn't even engraved or anything. It's printed on, so it will come off eventually. And the most annoying thing, like I said, is whenever I press the lock button, it's right above the trunk button. And so there's a few times where I've clicked the lock, it didn't work, so I click it again, but the trunk opens. And which is crazy because this is a Volkswagen key for my Golf R. And, you know, the Golf R is pretty much Volkswagen's halo car for the US, which is why they gave you this special key, I guess. But they could have used this. Instead, they used this cheap plastic. So what it seems like to me is they got one huge plastic piece and just cut it into multiple pieces to, you know, however they want it. So lots of plastic, lots of cheap stuff. Another thing is this is all one button as well. The one positive, actually, let me go over a few things that are positive about this car. I don't want to be all negative. Wait, one more negative thing, actually. This used to actually be more customizable. And even when you change drive mode, so we're going to do drive select, we're going to do dynamic, it doesn't really do anything. The very first positive that I noticed immediately was how comfortable it rides, and it's no surprise there because it is on air ride suspension. So you can lift it, lower it. On dynamic, it does get lower, but it's still comfortable on dynamic. So that's pretty cool. There's an off-road mode, but if you're off-roading in a Q5, there's something wrong with you because there are so many better cars you can off-road with. So that's pretty useless. Off-road plus, pretty useless. Like I said, the features as far as drivability, it's pretty good. It's comfortable. It's pretty peppy. You know, it accelerates when you need to. And yeah, that's about it. I would say if you're into... And my kids have complained because of the lack of room in the back. So I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. As you can see, he sits right here. He's about average height, and so his legs get pretty compressed when he sits down here. My daughter, she usually has her other child seat in there, but today she doesn't have it because she does not like riding in this car. So that's the interior. Oh, and I forgot the trunk. The trunk space is pretty solid. There is an ample amount of room for your Costco runs. However, I don't see any spots where... Oh, they have one light. Okay, so 2 lights. So they have a light here and a light on the other side. So that's cool, I guess. Exterior is pretty okay. It's been controversial for a lot of people. For me personally, I'm just glad they don't have the fake exhaust tips. There are real exhaust tips this time. But the bumper design is just weird, and I feel like they could have done without this mesh thing. But they did integrate the sensors pretty nicely there, so it's not sticking out like crazy. This Q5 is powered by the 2.0T that they've been using for a while now. And at least it has an engine cover, which has the Audi logo on it. My Golf R didn't get that. And if you're wondering, this is how you open it. I was searching for a while for a spot up here, but it's down there. Alright, so bottom line is, do not buy the Audi Q5 unless you like cheap stuff in your interior while you paid a premium for your luxury car. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about the Q5, let me know down below. And make sure you like and subscribe. Bye bye.